Organizations apply primarily two ways to manage projects: the conventional waterfall method or Agile. Scrum is an Agile framework for completing complex projects. Works well for any complex, innovative scope of work. It's one of the most popular Agile methodologies used across. Close to 50% of projects in organizations use Scrum technique. Developed in 1990s by Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland, the term Scrum came from high-performing, cross-functional teams to the Scrum formation used by rugby teams. Imagine a highly complex project with high degree of ambiguity. Scrum comes real handy due to its ingrained nature of being incremental, iterative, self-organized teams, and just enough ceremony. Scrum leads to increase in face-to-face interaction between clients, stakeholders, and team. Leads to higher productivity and gain in revenue. Roles in Scrum. Starting with product owner. He is the voice of the customer and has product vision. Scrum Master. He is the team facilitator, removes impediments in reaching goals for the team. And the Scrum team, which is self-organized and size is set between 9 and 5 members. How it works. Customer syncs with product owner with his requirement. Product owner understands customer's need and both agree on the same. Information is shared with Scrum Master and the team with clear requirements and scope from the product owner. Team, along with the guidance of Scrum Master, creates user stories. User stories are short, simple descriptions of a feature told from the perspective of the person who desires the new capability. A common format of a Scrum user story is, as a role, I want this goal so that this benefit happens. So say for instance, for an online flight reservation system, it can be, as a customer, need periodic updates on booked flight schedule so I can plan my travel to airport. User story has additional elements as story points, planning poker being a common technique to measure story points. Other elements in the user story are estimated hours, actual hours, etc. Once all the user stories are created by team, they are added to product backlog. Product backlog is the set of all requirements and features to be actioned. This is managed by product owner. One of the tasks of product owner is to prioritize the user stories in product backlog, keeping high priority features on top. Content in product backlog changes frequently. New requirements are added while the existing requirement undergoes change. Scrum meetings. There are 4 of them. Starting with sprint planning. Selection and estimation of user stories happens here by the Scrum team. Sprint backlog is the output here, which is the action item for the next meeting called sprint. During sprint meeting, team works on sprint backlog items and a daily stand-up meeting is facilitated by Scrum Master where each team member answers 3 questions. What was done yesterday? What will be done today? What are the blockers? Any pending item here is returned to product backlog for any iterations in the future for further sprint backlogs. And here the deliverable is the output, which can be a new feature on a product. In the next meeting, the sprint review, demonstration of developed feature will be given to all stakeholders by the team. Any feedback is noted by product owner for potential user stories. And finally, sprint retrospective happens between entire team to understand what went well, what did not, and what needs to be improved. This entire cycle is iterative in nature unless complete delivery of finished product happens. In Scrum, all meetings are time-boxed. So for a monthly sprint, planning is time-boxed to 8 hours, sprint generally 2 to 4 weeks, review and retrospective of 4 and 3 hours respectively. Also in the daily stand-up meeting, the time boxing is done to 15 minutes. Information radiators in Scrum are visual project status details at any point of time for team, stakeholder, or any passerby. One of the common information radiator is developed by Japanese automobile manufacturer Toyota. Kanban is a Japanese term for signal board. A Kanban board showcases the status of each user story within the sprint and helps gauge the cycle time and the throughput of the team. And this sets the work in progress limits and displaying the status of the entire production system with one single view. Additionally, burn up and burn down charts are also used to calculate completed and pending work. In the road to Scrum, between every 2 sprints, what we try to accomplish is minimum marketable feature, which are generally the high priority features based on which the product can be shipped in least amount of time. That results in faster product launch, stay competitive, and generate revenue faster.